Republican Party Chairwoman Jessica Patterson. Jessica, let's begin with you. Thank you for being here. What do you make of it right now, this hour? Do you think President Biden stays in this race? Let's start there.
Well, the president has said that only the Lord Almighty will get him out of this race. But I think a close second to that might be those check writing donors. And what we're seeing from not just his colleagues within the party, but those big donors are saying he needs to step aside. Democrats are in disarray. And it's hard enough to win an election on failed policies. But can you imagine doing it without the resources that are necessary to give your side of the story? This definitely spells disaster for Democrats, and it's good news for Republicans. Those difficult conversations are being held now, but what's worse than President Biden's mental capacity is the bench that they have to replace him. Most of them are doing worse than him in the polls. So we're going to see, a lot of people weighing in, but even donors' big checks won't be able to fix that.
So, Jessica, how would you suggest the Republican Party attack Kamala Harris, who was the former Attorney General of California, who seems to be right now the odds-on favorite to take over if Biden steps down?
Well, we've seen what she's done on the national stage already. The border crisis is a perfect example of her failed policies. Here in California, we are facing some of the worst crime we've ever seen in our state. Well, we saw violent crime go down 13% across the nation. It went up 31% here in California. So she was a person that championed things like Propositions 47 and 57, which decriminalized crime here in California. Right. You look no further than her record, and that's the key to winning this race.
It's not just Kamala Harris. California Governor Gavin Newsom also being talked about. He's has had this to say in Pennsylvania when he was asked if he was tempted to take part in an open Democratic National Convention.
That's a legit question, but it's exactly where the other party wants us to be, is having this internal fight, and I think it's extraordinarily unhelpful. I said that literally the second after the debate. It was my first public comments. So I've been consistent in this belief, not just privately, but publicly.
A bit of a deflection there. What do you make of Newsom and potentially getting in this race?
He's saying exactly what he needs to say so he doesn't upset the establishment within the Democrat Party. But this guy has been running a shadow presidential campaign. We have been talking about it since June of last year. He spent his spring break visiting red states. He ran ads in Florida. He went on an international trip to China, to the Vatican. Not only that, but he also debated and got completely beat by Governor DeSantis. This guy has been waiting for this, and he's had brushback pitch after brushback pitch when it comes to Vice President Harris. He wants to make sure that his name is in this conversation should they go to an open convention for the Democrats.
California GOP Chairwoman Jessica Patterson, thank you so much for being here, Jessica.
Thanks, Brian. Have a happy birthday Friday.
Thank you. This coming